Hey everyone, welcome to Yester Kitchen. I'm Jill. So today we are going back to the 1980s and we are going to explore the fruit soup. What? Oh yeah. Is it a snack? Yes. Is it a dessert? Yes. Is it an appetizer? Oh yes. It's all those things and more. You're going to love it. Let's get started. So fruit soup has been around for centuries in all different countries. But in the 1980s here in America, it really became popular because all the chefs were trying to do new and different ways to make themselves noticed, and fruit soup kind of came around. You can do it with so many different fruits. It is delicious. But today I chose peach because such a summer fruit. It's counteracted with a little bit of raspberry. I'm gonna make the cutest little flower in the soup and you're just gonna love it. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is we've got out our trusty blender, and I have got 1 cup of raspberries. All right, let me show you. Can you see the raspberries? There we go. 1 cup of raspberries. And you can use fresh or frozen. I will tell you I prefer frozen because once it starts to defrost, you have the liquid, which makes it easier to blend. Blending straight fresh strawberries doesn't always work. So you can go either way, but I recommend frozen, defrosted. So into the blender, without splashing and making a mess it goes, and mission not accomplished. And by the way, don't add sugar. These are tart. It's not gonna matter, you're not gonna use a lot. So we're just gonna go ahead and blend those really quick. Okay. So now we have our pureed raspberries here. See what they look like. Look at that, they're just nice and beautiful and pureed. And I'm gonna move our blender over a tiny bit because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna strain them. We don't want any of the raspberry seeds. So we're gonna take our little bowl, pour our raspberries right into a very, very fine mesh strainer. Just like that. And then you're just gonna kind of start stirring. And you're gonna push the back of the spoon against the strainer so it kind of forces all the berry juice to go through, but it's keeping all the berry seeds right in that strainer. So I'm just gonna speed this up so you don't have to watch it for very long. And I will be right back. Okay, so you need to be a little bit patient with this because it does take a little while for the juices to go down. But as you can see, I'm pretty much left with the pulp and the seeds. And that's really all you want. So we're just gonna get rid of that for now. Okay, so now you're left with this beautiful raspberry juice. And here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna take a Ziploc bag. And you're just gonna pour your raspberry juice, let me get it in an angle that you can see, right into your bag. That's it. And you're gonna lick off the raspberry. You don't have to, not in the recipe, I do. And you're just gonna seal it up and put it in the fridge while we make the rest of the soup. Give me a minute, I need to wash my blender, and then we're gonna get to the peach part. Okay, my blender is clean. My wood has some raspberry stains on it. Really quick kitchen hack, if you have a wood countertop and you stain like strawberries, raspberries, whatever, a little bit of kosher salt and a tiny bit of water, kind of make a paste. It's gonna take a little bit of elbow grease, but just rub that in there and eventually the salt will pick up the stain and you'll be back to your wood. Okay, enough of Jill's tips. Let's get back to our soup. So cold peach soup. Have you ever had fruit soup? Let me know if you did and what kinds you've had. This happens to be one of my favorites, but there's so many options. So in a blender, what we're gonna do is we've got 3 cups of sliced peaches. Again, you can use fresh or frozen. I prefer frozen because first of all, they're already peeled and because you have that liquid that generates when you defrost. So it's just gonna blend better. So into our blender goes our 3 cups of peaches. And to that, we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. If you have at all watched this show before, you know I mean fresh lemon juice. Don't buy that bottle stuff, it's just not very good. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna puree this. So give me a minute. And just do it until it's fully pureed. Okay, we're done. So there you go. Beautiful, beautiful peach puree. Now we're gonna push that out of the way and bring in our happy little bowl. And to this, you're pretty much done. We're gonna take our peach puree pour it into a bowl. This is so good, seriously. You're gonna add 1 cup of peach nectar, which you can buy pretty much at any market. It's usually on the shelf with all the other juices. And you're gonna add a teaspoon of almond extract. This is kind of like just what makes this thing pop. And last thing you're gonna add is 8 ounces of plain yogurt. I'm actually using Greek yogurt because I just kind of like a little bit of thickness to it, but you can use standard regular yogurt too. And then you're gonna take your trusty whisk and whisk it up. And your soup is done. Now there's one more thing you need to do. I don't do it because, well, I'll just tell you. The recipe also calls for a 1/4 cup of sugar. I really think it's sweet enough as it is, but what I would recommend to you is that you taste it. Crazy, I know. So taste it, and if it's a little tart to you, just start adding sugar, maybe 1 tablespoon at a time. Don't put a whole 1/4 cup in there because you can't take it out. So just add add a tablespoon, stir it up, give it a taste. Not quite there, add another, just until it's to your liking. Another thing I would recommend is instead of sugar, is you can try agave syrup, which is probably what I would use if I were to do this because it's already a liquid. So anyway, here is your gorgeous soup. Now we're gonna play a little game of pretend. Okay, so now is the time where you're gonna cover your soup and put it in the fridge for 2 hours. But I'm not gonna make you wait 2 hours, so we're just gonna go ahead and cut to the chase, and I'm gonna show you how to put all this together. But please, chill it for 2 hours. You want those flavors to blend. It's glorious. Especially now, the weather's hot, it's warm, cold soup is perfect. So, I'm gonna take a little soup bowl, put it down there, get in the middle, and I'm gonna scoop out some soup. Look how pretty that is. It's just the perfect color. The flavor is spot on. Now here's the fun part. Make sure your bag is sealed. This is your raspberry puree. And you're gonna kind of make sure one corner is completely clear of the raspberries. And you are gonna cut the tiniest corner off. Like seriously, like the tiniest corner. Just almost like it's not even gonna do anything. That's how small you want it. And here's where you're gonna impress your guests. You're just gonna take this and make a small circle right in the center with your raspberry. Just get really close to your bowl. No? Yeah, not spilling out. And now we're gonna take a toothpick and we're gonna draw lines in. And it kind of starts making this cute little flower. Look at that. And you can kind of go as many times as you want. Then pick up your raspberry again, and you're gonna make a little dot in the center, just for like the center of the flower. And I'll tell you, that raspberry with the peach, this is a marriage made in heaven. Seriously, so good. Your guests will love it. You will love it because it's so easy, as you can see. Give it a try. So give this 1980s dish a try. You're gonna thank me for it. If you would like to explore more dishes from your childhood or just the past, I invite you to subscribe. I release new videos every Friday. In the meantime, here's a few retro videos for you. And remember, every dish has a story. I'll see you in the next video.